series, we're gonna see what I eat in a weekend. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You might have certain feelings about this type of food, but this is an example of how I found my balance when I was recovering from an eating disorder and also trying to figure out how to manage food sensitivities / allergies. And this really worked well for me. This is just to give people an inspiration on how they could start looking for ways to start achieving balance on their own terms. So these were my terms, and it's gonna look different for everybody, like I was mentioning, but I really enjoy these foods. These help keep me free. These help me manage my allergies, and they also help me with gut healing and metabolism because I've specifically chosen fun foods that have a good ingredient profile. So if I'm going out to eat somewhere and I can't be sure of what's in my food, a lot of times I'll go and go on their website and I'll research the type of ingredients they use in their food. Not only do I take a look at what their gluten-free crust, that they have it, but I go inside that gluten-free crust ingredients list if they have that information available, which I highly encourage you to do as well. And so, as you know, it's not always going to be perfect when you're going out to eat, but life is not about perfection. It's about the progress that we make, and it's about the sustainability that we're able to achieve by what we're doing and how we're making decisions. So let's dive in. About to eat Chipotle, got some barbacoa. It might be a little bit spicy today, but my favorite thing to do recently is get these Siete chips, which are grain-free and they taste like Doritos. So they end up just kind of being this kind of indulgent sort of treat that just kind of doesn't make me feel crappy. And then I like to get a side of guac and some, we decided not to get actual Doritos or the chips from Chipotle because of the corn inside. So who doesn't like some chips and guac? And also Mexican food, Chipotle is pretty clean. It's something, it's not just about the concept of taking care of your body from the inside out. It's also the concept of being a good steward with your money and saving money. So when it comes to nutrition or types of food that I'm choosing, a lot of times when I go out, it's still making food from home. You know what's in your food, you know what kind of ingredients are in there and if it's gut healthy or not, because you get to be in charge of that. But when you go out, you have less control over that because you don't get to say what's inside the little dressing or the marinade that they put your meat in and all that stuff and all the additives. So just over the years, Chipotle and spices and stuff, I haven't, I always feel pretty good after I eat Chipotle. I do have the cheese and the sour cream on there because I feel like it takes away from the experience and it's just not the same without it. But I used to eat out a lot more and I used to not watch my money or pay attention to where it was going. And after a while, when I realized I was in $50,000 of debt, I realized that each of those little places I was spending my money had to get audited. And things like getting Chipotle or pizza multiple times a week had to get audited too. Although food is actually the place where my budget gets a little bit more looser because I love to make sure that I'm not restricting. I actually need that to keep and maintain my recovery. So I actually feel happier not just doing whatever I want whenever I want it. And my bank account is way better now. And so is my health. So I think that's also another important thing to talk about when it comes to going out and doing fun stuff is is your financial life in order? Because that's part of your happiness and your satisfaction and balance in life too. They don't ever seal this, do they?
No, I don't think so.
It's like wet. It's yours.
Yeah, we like our pizzas wet, doused in water.
Why did they put it in a bag? Go.
Yeah, I actually want to order one sweaty pizza. Yeah.
I don't know, is it like the condensation of the
The
pizza?
condensation from the heat of the heat that it gives off after it's like baked and stuff.
Yeah, here. Freaking
I don't want to set it on the chair.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, it is wet.
It's like soaked. It's like getting on the chair
It's like
already.
we just carried
Okay.
it to the rink. Guys, this is actually
Just
very
get this
helpful.
over. Okay, this is mine. Wow, that looks good. Ooh. Let's try it. This is, what is it called? Well, obviously this is Mod Pizza. This is the second meal that I'm having today, and this is kind of like a typical weekend. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. Sometimes I eat twice a day if it's like a large meal, and my body tends to do really well with that. Yes. Ooh. That is interesting. So I decided to try a new flavor that I normally try. I normally get like red sauce and like some dairy-free cheese, pineapple and chicken, or pepperoni and pineapple or something like that. And it's just so good and so basic. And today I was actually debating whether or not I should deviate from my normal order, because you know when you're looking forward to something, you love it and you don't want to mess anything up because you know what you look forward to. You don't want to mess with the experience. I really like Mod because of their ingredients. About a year ago, I had to take a look at my allergies, and also my boyfriend has a lot of food sensitivities that he was encountering at the time, and so we were trying to like kind of figure out where we could eat together that wasn't going to bother one person or the other. So we found Mod, and they had dairy-free cheese that didn't have the allergens that we had in it, the foods that we were trying to avoid at the time. And the main ones being like gluten, dairy, corn, and soy. And so they had options that you can select to basically not put those additives in there. And yeah, it's just kind of been like something we've gone to. And also like times where I've eaten the whole pizza. And there's been times where I've eaten only 2 slices because I'm just so full. I basically eat based on my hunger and fullness. I try to get a good amount of protein, fiber, vegetables in, and water like in around the day, so I'm not dehydrated and I'm not like thirsty, and that's what's really triggering my hunger. But most of the time I'll probably eat like 2/3 of the pizza and then save it for another time or share it with someone else. But yeah, I'm excited about this new flavor. It's very interesting. It's pineapple, sriracha, pesto for the sauce, and dairy-free cheese, and it's this Thai chicken, which is coloring it's got like kind of like an Asian sort of spicy mayo look. It's intriguing. I don't know if I'm into it yet, but I'm gonna eat because I'm hungry. And this treat is a peanut butter blondie that I made, and I'm making a recipe video on that.
So you think you can handle this?
I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up and subscribe for next time so you don't miss any videos about sustainable living and how you can balance your own food relationship. Take care.